Hi, I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV, and today I get to show you a new lightweight trailer. It's not new. Lance has made a 1475 for a while, but it's loaded with features. You will not find another trailer this luxurious that weighs 2,839 pounds with all the options and 20 pounds of propane. So we're going to get started in a minute. In the meantime, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and we always love your comments. Let's start at the door. So I'm at the door of the 2018 Lance 1475. We'll take a look at all the new graphics and features on the outside, but let's go through the inside. And one of the first new things that you'll notice is that there's a light on the step. Right up here on your patio light, you can turn on the light on your step and leave it on with your porch light so that you can see coming in. If you'd like the amber light on outside, then your porch light doesn't come on because it would attract some bugs. So nice feature to be able to light that up as you come in the door. The swing out assist handle is always a good option to add to it. And as you come in the door of this, the first thing I want to look at is you've got the panel up here. You've got your awning, which will extend and retract right here. And there's a switch here that will turn your awning on and off. So that makes sure that if it's off, the wind sensor is not going to work. If it's on, your wind sensor will work and you can actually extend and retract it. So we'll talk about that when we're on the outside. But here's your patio light, your awning light that lights up when you have the awning light on so that you can tell, especially if it's rolled up, that your light is on. And then this is your courtesy light. It is the light directly overhead at the entrance door that you can know that if you hit this light right there, it's going to give you some light in the trailer immediately. Good thing to hit right when you walk in so that you don't have to go in and fumble around trying to find a light switch. Now, let's see if we can look down here. The other thing I think is very cool in this is right here underneath these chairs is a drawer, so you can keep keys, flashlights, anything that you need, but a nice little storage space here for you. If we can get a look inside, I'd like to look at the refrigerator and the closets on the very back. Now coming in, you've got a clock above the refrigerator. On the left here is the refrigerator light, a 12-volt fan. So when you turn that on, it actually turns on a fan to vent the back of the refrigerator if you're running it on 12 volt. The panel is very nice. It's a touch screen here, so you can touch it and do all the controls here. On the inside, let's take a look at the inside. It's always good to try to get a good feel for how much space you have. And there's our freezer. It has a door shelf and then some freezer space on the inside. It also has a nice feature on this refrigerator too. It's tough to get a picture here, but if you open the handle, there is a little pin that you can pull out, and then that actually clips in right here underneath that little catch to lock your door open. It gives you about an inch opening of space. And there's one on the freezer door as well. So it has that catch, so you want to always leave it open when you get back from a trip so that you don't get any mold or anything growing in there. All right. Let's take a look in this cabinet. This one has the shelves in it. They're all adjustable. I have seen folks that used half of them for clothes, half of them for food, some of them for odds and ends storage. It can be a pantry, any type of storage that you'd like. Now your 18,000 BTU furnace is below that. And on this side is your water heater and your access to the water heater bypass. Let's talk about winterizing for a second. The 1475 and the 1575 with Lance are the two that aren't fully all-weather. Why? It's because making them lightweight is very difficult to insulate the tanks underneath. They cannot get those fully insulated. Now, you do still have the bypass package here that makes it very easy to run the non-toxic antifreeze through your system. It makes it easy to drain. And you've also got the dual pane windows. So you've got a lot of the nice features, but because of the lightweight build, it's difficult to fully enclose and heat those tanks underneath. We get a lot of questions about that. The next thing that I notice when I come in this trailer is the nice open feeling that the mirror creates when you walk in. Gives you a nice reflection of the trailer. So we're going to head in the bathroom, take a look at some of those features. Always tough to get good camera shots in here, but we do our best. So let's let the camera go first. The toilet is a hand flush, and above that you've got the towel rack, which is always nice in a small trailer. You need a place to dry the damp towels. And above it is the vent that you push the button and you've got a fan vent that's going to exhaust the air in here and get all the steam out. It's a corner shower, and one of the changes they have made is the fabric curtain that actually is on a rail. When you pull this across, it's on this rail up here at the top, and in a slide at the bottom, comes all the way around, and it actually fits into a magnet right there. And so once you start the shower, you've got all kinds of space on the inside. It doesn't come open, and you pull it around, put it at the end, and you'll notice it's actually inside of the shower pan at the bottom, so you don't have any water jumping out onto the floor. Stainless steel shower head along with the skylight at the top for people that are taller than I am. And I like the single handle faucet as well because it makes it feel a lot more residential and makes it much easier to use and adjust the temperature. So let's look at the lights. You've got two switches in your bathroom. One of them is above the vanity and one of them is the ceiling light. So you actually have the option to have different kind of lighting in here, because if you don't really need to see the mirror here, maybe you don't need that light. You've got the 110 plug here, a nice medicine cabinet, towel hanger. The sink is an undermount, so it's super easy to clean the top of the counter. And underneath, there you've got two shelves. And what you're seeing on the other side is the outside shower that we have open. Notice the vent at the very bottom too. There is always in the Lances ducted heat into the bathroom, excuse me. And that's important on cold nights when you get up in the middle of the night, right? Okay, let's take a look at the kitchen. The first thing I notice over here is the panel. I love again, I always point out the lights in trailers because I think it makes a big difference of how it feels. You've got two lights here, and we'll back up and show you that in a minute. Up here is your control panel, water pump. You've got the water heater, which can either run on gas or electric. And then, of course, this is your monitor panels for the fresh, the black, and the gray. This trailer has 26-gallon fresh and 26-gallon gray and 22-gallon black. So you've got plenty of tank for this size of trailer. New features is the stainless steel fronts. Really nice stuff. Take a look in this stainless steel front microwave and see what you see. Or more importantly, what you don't see. Because what you don't see is that glass tray that rattles around when you're traveling that you always have to get in the right place. And if you're short like me, I can't see how to get it back on the roller. This gives you more space for your food, more usable space, and less problems with a glass tray that's banging around. Underneath, this is your hood vent, of course, with the vent fan and the light. Look at this glass top. I love the space on this countertop. Lots of workspace if you're not using the stove. Nice backsplash that Lance has used for a few years. And then this just folds up, folds back, and flips up. You don't have to lift it and get it in the slot, get it just the right place. Beautiful stainless steel cooktop here, and then the stainless steel front on the oven. To give everybody a look into the oven, you always want to kind of see what space you have to work with. You know, while we're here, it may seem kind of odd, but I like to point out the screws in this wall. This is a solid laminated wall. Lots of lightweight trailers will put a nice frame here. They'll staple a panel on the front and call it good. The same solid aluminum framed laminated exterior wall, the same lamination is used right here. So this is solid. This is a solid wall, just like the solid ceiling. So I think that's a great feature to have such a sturdy build. Let's move on and take a look at this countertop. Again, I always marvel at the space. You pull off the lid here of the sink. It's an 8-inch deep sink. It's round, under mount, with a pull-out sprayer. Nice residential features. This is a great place to talk about the windows as well. This trailer has dual pane windows all the way around, and they're the Euro windows, they call them, because they open all the way. And they've got a screen that comes down. It can clip in underneath here. If you want privacy, this pulls up. If you want something in between, you can have that too. It makes for such an open feel. And we have 3 of these large windows around the bed, and then a huge one behind the 2 swivel chairs. We'll take a look at those too. It's time to look at a little bit of storage, and you can't help but see the upgrade that they did on this new design with this nice full front cabinet face. What a clean look. You notice we've got soffit lighting up here along with your ceiling lighting. You've got an LED light strip under here that lights directly down to your workspace, which again, the lighting is so important when you're working on it. If you open this cabinet, you automatically get the LED light strip inside the cabinet to light up everything in here so you can see what's in your cabinet. It's right here, the open switch. And then you've also got a little spice shelf right up here. Great for all the small things that you might want to keep in your kitchen. Underneath storage, you've got what Lance calls smart storage. It's pull-out trays. You're going to have much more access to everything that's in here if it's in trays or drawers. So this is a way to take up as much space as possible, but make it very accessible. Underneath, you'll notice that there is a tube here, and again, we talked about the winterizing here. You can stick this in a tube of non-toxic antifreeze, turn on your water pump. You actually turn on this valve here so that the water pump sucks out of this instead of your tank, and run the non-toxic antifreeze through your whole trailer. If you guys ever have questions on how to do that, just give us a call. We'll help you. Every trailer can be a little bit different, but Lance makes it so easy. Once you've done it, you'll never have to ask another question. Over here, you've got 2 different areas for storage. And while we're at it, let's look over here. This can be a wardrobe. You've got a hanging bar in the top. You could easily put shelves in here. You could put blankets in there. You could make it a pantry. Whatever it is you need, you have a huge space there to work with. All right. I love a raised shelf right here because there's always things other than food that you might need to have on a shelf or a horizontal space. The entertainment center is just above that. This is a 28-inch flat screen TV, and it's solidly latched to the wall. It fits the space perfectly. I love the fact that all you do is pull down this latch and remove it from the wall, and you can swivel it to face any direction that you want. And then when you're done, you just push it back, clicks right into place, and it's ready to travel. You don't have to put on those travel straps or anything like that. And above that, you've got a space for a satellite receiver. If you wanted to have satellite television, your receiver fits right in here and connects on the side and you're good to go. Above that, you've got the Jensen stereo with a CD, DVD player. It's Bluetooth. It has a USB on the front. You've got speakers inside and outside on this trailer. And next to it, this is your controls for the air conditioner. And it's all touch control right there. You set the temperature. The AC unit right above my head comes on, and this trailer cools in minutes. It's really an excellent system. Again, I love the clean look of this one-piece front. You notice Lance always does a great job with their cabinetry. You don't have stiles that are stapled together and all of that. And everything fits just perfectly. It's just what a great finish out. One thing that they did change, which someone 5 foot tall like me always appreciates, is they angled this cabinet. So I can easily see the stereo and easily see the controls for the air conditioner, and I'm 5 feet tall. If you're 6 feet tall, it's going to be much closer to eye level. But for us short people, thank you, Lance. That's a great change. All right, let's move into the sleeping area. This is a 60 by 80 queen bed that is standard. So anything you buy for a queen bed is going to fit perfectly. The greatest thing about this is you've got 3 windows all the way around. The one in the front opens just like the ones on the sides. They all have screens. They all have privacy panels. So you can open this up completely and it'll be like sleeping on a porch. I love that there is 2 LED reading lights over there. On this side, on the end of the cabinet that you can't see, there's a 12-volt receptacle and 110 plug. So you could plug in anything on the end of this cabinet and have it accessible to your bed. They've got some lightweight storage up at the top where you've got a shelf, the netting that comes over the front, so that the netting can, of course, unclip and come down. You don't have to use it, but it keeps everything up there when you're traveling, so you don't have to worry about it moving around. And it's just a great lightweight feature that doesn't close off the front of the trailer. Let's see, you've got a fantastic fan that's almost directly over your bed. And when you turn this on, you've got 3 speeds. It's thermostatically controlled, so you can make it hotter or colder. And what that means is that you can set it to come on if the temperature gets too high in the trailer. Then it will automatically go on and off according to the temperature. So that's what that controls. Let's see, up here we have a smoke alarm. And this is a King Jack antenna. And you've got these blue lights and these white lights, a red light and the blue lights. And that helps you to dial in the actual signal. You can actually turn off those lights so they're not in your eyes. It doesn't turn off the antenna, but the lights do go off, and it's just a great compact system. None of that cranking up and cranking down like all of us did for so many years. But that brings us around to the seating area. Best part of the 1475, you have 2 really comfy swivel rocker chairs. So they rock back and forth, they swivel side to side. Speaking of swivel, we have this great swivel table right here in the middle. Moves all around this way, but then the top of it moves as well. So you have all kinds of places you can put this table depending on what you're doing. The way it works, it's called a Laguna base. You've got these handles right here that tighten and loosen these connections. So if you wanted to take this table out completely, you simply loosen the one on the bottom, pull up this pole, and the entire table comes out. So you can tighten it down in whatever configuration you would like for it to be in. Very easy to move too in the middle of it. Let's look at the lighting above these chairs, because I talk about that a lot in my videos, because it's the part that you can't see when you're on a dealer's lot and you're trying to figure out how this trailer is going to work for you. If you're sitting here reading a book or on your computer, you have lights right above you here that's going to be great for that. If you're playing a game on the table, You're going to do better with this light right up here, which is on the ceiling, and it shines directly down on the table. Makes a difference depending on your use. You also can open this window like the others, and again, you hear that click, and the window stops right after the click. You have the pull-down screen, the privacy, or you could do half and half to get a little breeze, but not be so visible to the people that are outside your camper. A shelf above it is really convenient for anything that you just want to set up here when you're camping or traveling. And above that, I love the way this shelf gives you really an amazing amount of storage without intruding into the space and making it feel smaller. So this is a fairly deep cabinet. It isn't divided, so you've got a long space in case you've got something long you need to put in up there. The speakers on the ceiling are great. They're part of the stereo, and then you have two matching speakers outside. At the end of the window, you've got the key hook. Key hook is always handy. And I think we've really covered the majority of the features inside, but there's a lot of new things outside. So let's go look at those. So on the outside of the 1475 and the 1575, Lance has really modernized the graphics. I love the red stripe that runs through it, and you'll notice on the two-tone wheels you've also got red accents. I just love that look. It's easy to see when you're looking at the outside of the Lance what we talked about in the very beginning, which is the light on the step, and at night you can really tell how useful that would be. Now this is an option in a Lance. It's a entry assist handle, just folds out of the way when you're not using it. And the keyless entry gives you an opportunity to just put a code in here that will lock and unlock your door, and you won't need a key. You can't help but notice the awning. It's the armless awning, so you don't have big arms coming down the side, and we'll take a look at that at the very end of the video. Here's our big window behind those chairs, and right below that, you will notice this TV bracket. You can actually mount a TV here, a flat screen, and have an outside television that you can watch cable TV, and also TV from the antenna. Now what I try to mention to people is that you can't run the DVD player from the stereo out to here, but right under here you've got 110 plugs, and you've got USBs and a 12-volt plug. So you could hook up a DVD accessory out here very easily, and you know these days they're so inexpensive. Let me show you how this comes off. You just has a little clip on the back, lifts off, so this would stay mounted to your outside television, and this right here is all you would see. To put it back on, you just put it on the top, snap it in place. Very simple. Let's move forward and take a look at the storage underneath. Now, as always, they've got the magnetic catch, so you just open the door and it stops right there. They also have put unique keys on the baggage locks. So these are not the standard 751 keys that all the other trailers have. Locks up. Look at this big storage space on this trailer. Now remember, this is accessible from that cabinet door that's right underneath the bed. But I love this view because you get to see not only the fit and finish of how everything finishes out. You don't have wood bare pieces in here stapled to the wall holding this together. And you can see the welded aluminum frame on the top of it that is throughout the Lance products. What we're looking at here is this is going to be the crank handle that you're going to use for your jacks. Now remember, these jacks are not for actually leveling the trailer. They are for stabilizing it once you've leveled it. So they're super simple to crank up and down, and you just turn them very easily, and then when you're done, you put the crank down here. So all you want to do is put these down on the ground and get a good solid pressure on there. You also notice they've got the big plates on the bottom of the stabilizer jacks. That makes it much nicer if you're in gravel or sand. Next to that, you've got your quick connect for an outside gas grill. You just plug in the grill here, You're going to be at the edge of your awning, very accessible, and you can have a grill outside. Turn on your gas and you're actually running your grill off the gas that's on the camper. So back inside this storage compartment, this is a piece that I like to show people because your spare tire is mounted right underneath this. So to access it or to actually drop it down, you just pull that cap off, you put the crank on here, let's see if I can do it without really looking, and then you turn the crank and it just drops your spare tire down to the ground so you can access it. Very simple to do, very easy to access. And then this comes out and you put the cap right back over it. You're back down to a flat surface. Okay, the other thing that's important to look at here is the lighting. You have a light, you notice we can see really well in there because you have LED lighting, and all you have to do is touch it to turn it on and off. Right here is the sewer hose storage, and you've got one on each side, so you just slide it in here with the coupler ring right on the outside. This is going to be for a portable solar panel. Now all you do is plug it in right here. They look like big briefcases, and some of them are not so big, but you plug it in, they run all kinds of sizes, and you usually open the panel up and lay it out in the sun, plug it in here, and that allows you to park your trailer in the shade and put those panels in the sun if you'd like. The other option for solar is that you can ask Lance, when they build the trailer, to do a pre-wire for a solar panel on the roof. You can permanently mount one up there, and that will automatically charge those batteries whenever you're in the sun. So both situations are an option on the Lance trailers. Coming around the front, this is actually a Tpo Rock Guard. This piece right here, and it's got the wonderful little LED lights. They call them dock lights because guess what? When you're hooking up and unhooking, you can actually see the front of your trailer. Very nice feature. Up here you've got the Smart Jack. Now the Smart Jack you can actually program for the height that you need it to be to stay off your trailer, or you can actually program it at what level you want it to be when it goes down so that your trailer is level. The directions are on the side of the trailer. Once you learn how to push the buttons, it's very simple to do. This is another change. They have added this cover here, and it's covering your propane tank and the battery. It keeps the bugs off of it when you're driving down the road, keeps it clean and out of the weather. Now you've got latches on the bottom so you can lift it off completely if you want to, but nice to keep everything clean and out of the way.
Hey guys, I'm Steve. Sorry to startle you, but we had some technical difficulties and we lost the end of our video, so I'm going to fill in where PJ left off. I believe she was talking about the propane and the Smart Jack here. Moving along to the next part of the camper, I believe we just have the last side here to cover. Again, we've got more sewer hose storage here. And then we've got the huge other side of the storage compartment, the pass-through, with interior lighting as well as your handle for your manual override for your jack. From there we have our potable water storage fill your freshwater tank. Going back, we've got a couple things left here. We have our inlets for our cable and satellite hookups for hooking up TV at your park or out wherever you are. And you've got your 30 amp electrical plug for your shore power. You have your freshwater inline, your black tank flush, which is great for emptying out your tanks, making sure you get all the last particles out when you're cleaning out your tanks. Have your outdoor shower here. Very simple. Don't worry about that pink fluid. That's just antifreeze they pack the lines with. From there we have our tank dumps as well as our low point drains. When you're winterizing, you would empty out all of your low points. You get your gray water and black water flushes. And I believe that's it as far as this Lance 1475. Thank you all for watching our video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this and give us a thumbs up if you liked it.